Welcome back to episode number 93 of our Oxygen Not Included All Achievement Run. In this episode, we do have a few things to go over before we get started. The first being the reasoning why I didn't use the, where's it at here? The Oil Refinery instead of making a petroleum boiler. And I want to make this pretty apparent. I only went with the petroleum boiler because it gives you a full conversion of crude oil directly to petroleum as at a 1-to-1 ratio, similar to how when you use a metal refinery like we have up here. The metal refinery is a 1-to-1 ratio on metal ore to refined metal versus the other options like smooth hatches or anything else, or if you use the other ways to get refined metal with like the rock crusher. So when you convert crude oil with heat, you get a full 1-to-1 transfer, and that is why we went with the petroleum boiler instead of the oil refinery. If this is very intimidating and you are a little concerned about being able to do it because you don't have enough materials or you're not ready for it, making an oil refinery is perfectly fine. Using this to refine your crude oil into petroleum is fine. All you have to make sure is it is enclosed and away from your base, because it will generate a lot of heat and it will also produce natural gas. So you want to enclose it kind of like something like this here with our fertilizers. You want to enclose those petroleum, or not petroleum, oil refineries separately. They have an input and an output for input of crude oil and then the output of petroleum. The only issue that I have is it converts it. If you have 10 kilograms of crude oil, you'll get 5 kilograms of petroleum of the output. So that's the main reason why we went with the petroleum boiler instead of using the oil refinery. So if you have any questions about using these, please let me know in the comments below, and we can go over those one at a time. But I wanted to point that out because I didn't really cover using the oil refinery instead of using a petroleum boiler. So again, please let me know. I will put this in the description for the next couple, for this episode and a couple more. That way, it's talked about a couple of times and people aren't forced to do the petroleum boiler if they're not ready to do that yet. So that was my main concern. Just wanted to go over that really quickly. We have completed our setup here. I think there's only a couple more things that I want to do. I'm thinking of making this a little bit longer. Kind of like so. Insulated pipe. Let's go over, and then we want, I think it's not being able to see everything right now. Let's try it again. Let's go to plumbing, radiant liquid pipe. We're going to use cobalt. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then turn you into cobalt. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to extend all of the heating, right? Heating of the crude oil before it gets put into the boiler. And what I want to do is add this little extra coil to the section. This is going to help remove the heat from the petroleum as it comes out. Just wanted an extra spot here since we have a little bit of room to put all that. And then I want to put a liquid pump made out of steel. We'll put it all the way at the end. So since we are in a vacuum, This liquid pump needs to stay in the petroleum, otherwise it will overheat because it won't have anything to disperse the heat from working. So if we look at the heat overlay or temperature overlay, see how we've got the temperature here? This will generate its own heat, so we need to stay in the liquid to stay at a good temperature. So to continue to make sure that we use that properly, we're going to use a hydro sensor, at least, right? And then we're going to put an automation wire connecting that, and once this is green, then it will always send when it's green from the hydro sensor. So there's that. Let's add power where we need go, yep, over here, down and over. Okay. What is a normal overheat temperature for a wire? Can we see that? Let's click on one of these. What do we have? Wire. Melting point is 1,000 degrees. Okay. Doesn't really tell us too much about that, but that's okay. So we'll just watch that. At least the wire is not very expensive. If we need to change it to something like steel, then we will later on. At least it's not like an actual pump or anything. So we'll have that, and then we need a insulated pipe. We're going to take that, go up, and over directly into that. Okay, and then we're going to change all that to a 9. This is going to finish up pretty much our whole section of this. Oh no, it's taking damage. It's not hot enough. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I'm missing something right here. Let's go with, I just noticed this. There's a square right here. And if we look, that will pull heat out of the area. So what we need to do is we need at least one there, and there, and there. And what I want to do is go... Yeah, we need to make this a big priority here. There we go. So, I'm glad we caught that ahead of time. It's kind of difficult to do things and then you see something that you need to adjust. But we're going to work around that single issue. I'm creating this out of the corner so that way we do not affect the vacuum. So that's what we're going to do in a moment here. My goodness. That one little section would have made this a lot more difficult because that heat would disperse in this direction and up here, and it could create a lot of issues. Okay, so let's also take a look up here. We did create a little loop to increase or to decrease the temperature around our sleet wheat. This is half of the components that we need. Who needs to use the restroom? I wish when you clicked on this it would tell you. Okay, we'll just change this to a 9 so we're not freaking out about it. Alright, so once that's all done, we can actually start putting the crude oil in place. What I was saying is, right here, this is half of the equation for pepper bread. We need to do pinch of pepper nuts, and the only way to do that is in a really good, warm, temperate area. So if we want those, we're probably going to need to put them here, in this vicinity. as long as they can grow in carbon dioxide. So let's look at if we... Where would we... Ah, that's what I'm thinking of. Peppernut plant. Okay, so we scroll down. Let's look at their atmosphere. Okay, we have air pressure. We need to find what can they grow in? They need polluted water, they need phosphorus. Okay, we've got those. But we need... Okay, it doesn't really tell us which one they can eat or stay in. Let's find it on the map. There's one right here. So if we look at... Maybe it doesn't matter. No. All we need is air pressure. It doesn't say it has a requirement of bleach or hydrogen. Kind of like when we look at balm lily, it needs to be in chlorine. So there's no atmosphere requirement. Okay, so that'll be fine. We can put it over here. Let's no, don't make that priority. We need it to be 9, not that. All right. So we have a bunch of natural gas now, just kind of hanging out in the reservoirs, right? Which is really helpful when we want to make the dehydrator and any food inside of the gas range. What do we have here? Let's take a look at the other asteroid, make sure everybody's doing okay. We don't have a ton of food, so I think what we will do is make a few things of mush bars, turn on mush fry. Let's dig up all of this, and I think the thought was to send over at least some seeds, and we're going to send over some mealwood seeds. That's going to give them the opportunity to grow those on the other asteroid, even though it's not natural over there. Mealwood's a lot easier to grow, so I'd rather have that than others. Another thing we could do is open these up right here, and over here, and here, and here, and then we will auto harvest all of the nosh beans when they are ready. We can go all the way down. No. Don't make that. Let's put it as an 8. So the nosh sprouts beans we can make tofu in the musher. So that's going to be helpful to be able to reach all of that. We can go over here and then grab the sleet wheat, which is the next thing I want to do. That was just going to help. Do like a 5 here, 5. No, don't get rid of those. There we go. And then we want another ladder system right here. That's just going to give us access to those over here. No, don't make it all the way down. Let's go over. It won't let me build right here for some reason. It's weird. Alright, go down, and then there we go. There's a plant there. Okay. Interesting. And then we want to go this way, right? So we have access to the sleet wheat, and then that'll give us a good amount of extra food. There we go. Do we need any more? Let's go here. Yeah, that'll be good. Alright, so we've got food queued up. We're getting to the nosh beans. All of that. That's going to be very helpful. Alright, how how are we doing up here? What do we have? So we have, I think, 3 packets of surf and turf inside of here. So that's 6,000 calories of each of them. So 18,000, they should be able to go out there for a while. Let's look at the schedule. Where are we at? Okay, so we're like over halfway through the schedule. Let's wait until the next one, the normal schedule here. And we can just throw, yeah, we'll move Ashkan right here. That way we know where he's at and when he's there. So when nighttime is over with, we're going to launch the rocket. Let's look at all of our different overlays. We have oxygen, we have water. Inside is filled with oxygen. We have polluted dirt, which needs to be swept up. And then we should be good to go. I meant to go back to this one. All right, let's scroll down over here. Okay, all that was made. Let's make sure we had a vacuum still. Vacuum. Vacuum. Good. Good. Just wanted to make sure we didn't bring in atmosphere from over here, because that would have made things difficult. Okay, all this is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this pipe here and here. And then we're going to go down, 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 and down. And over. Okay. So I wanted to add an extra layer. Oh, you know what we could do? We could also put, why didn't I see that before? All right, we're not done yet. This should be the last, the last change, I think, that I want to make. We should have a metal tile all the way across the board here. That's going to really help us out. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. That's going to be very helpful to transfer the heat from these to up there. And then we will do a priority of a 9. I want this heat transfer to work really well, and I missed this opportunity to complete this earlier. And we're only doing it over here now because we'll be able to reach all the materials easier. So let's get a ladder in here. Then a ladder here. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of all of it and then build it all the way across, get all the materials out. Once again, for the 100th time, I thought I was done, but I wanted to make sure that we are doing this right. Okay, and then we do need to come back up to our little system here. Let's see, how does it look? Okay, hasn't been in use, so we need a bunch more. How's the temperature? Okay, it's a little warm with all this stuff radiating heat around it, which is what we want, right? We want all this heat staying back here. We've got some salt, igneous rock. Got it. All right. Okay, they were able to get in here without even making the ladders, so. But you need to do this before you start enclosing it. It would be the preferable options. Yodeler. That is by far, I think, my favorite one. And then... oh man, we forgot. That's okay. We forgot to put our buddy inside here. Okay, they got the polluted dirt, so that's good. Now we just need to wait for... oh my goodness. We need the other polluted dirt to be gone. I don't need that polluted dirt. We don't want any extra off-gassing, right? That would be bad. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So now that we have... that's the output. Where's the input? It's over here. We do not need fry eggs anymore. We were sending them over, but we don't need to anymore since we have a few of them. Yep, see, we started refilling our pot food. Remove. There we go. No, no, no. Pocket eggs. Don't cancel that. There we go. Perfect. That's way better now. Alright. Once this is complete, we will definitely be launching all of the crude oil. Okay, it's just the pipe underneath. I was like, what are they doing? This is a 9, right? Yeah, okay. And then I think we were actually just making more. Yeah, we're making more now. That's good. Good, good, good. Ore. Non-standard. This is a new... They've added some filters, which is nice. So we got metal ore. Let's see, how much is on here? 1,200? Okay. We could throw a... what are you? No, not you. You. And then we want... we'll do iron. We have a little bit more of that than the other one. Alright, so the liquid in here is going in... let's see. Where's that crude oil? It's at 24 here, and then it's going down to like 15. Okay. Alright, they're making that one, and then we will make an obsidian tile. We will make it just like this. And then I will feel much better. Here, let's just do this. Yeah, I know that I could just hit sweep, but I don't want all of these orders to take them 10 years by running all the way up to the main base and then coming all the way back down. Move it all right now, and then I don't have to think about it until later. Alright, so now if we look, temperature over here should not change by any means. We're going to add a couple more just to be precautious. There we go. Let's see, how much are you going to carry? Just 400? Okay. What I want to do, I also want to look at our skills really quick. See who can get suit sustainability pretty easily. Because that gives us 2 athletics, right? and slows the durability damage. A lot of the duplicants use suits, so I'd rather just give them some of that. Get exosuit wearing. They get a reduction to the penalty with the exosuits, right? So, yeah, we aren't filling too many requirements, or not. We are filling all the requirements because we have enough morale for most of these. Pyrotechnics, I forget about that. That's the blast shot making. We'll give that, so we have it, and then boom. Yeah, just giving a couple of the duplicants some extra athletics, since we have the morale for it. Perfect. Okay. Now all those are going to get moved. Because I don't want to have to come back in here again. There we go. And that's probably needs to be a 9. Yeah, there we go. This might be a little extra. I probably don't need it, but I just want to be extra cautious. More printables again? Alright, that was fast. Some gold. Let's put that on the other asteroid, because we don't have a ton over here yet. There we go. Alright. That is all getting done, which is good. One step at a time. We'll do it at a 9. Cobalt. We do have enough. Look at Meep go. Meep. Meep, meep. Oh, the yodeling again. Alright. Waiting on the cobalt delivery. Alright, so at the beginning of this next cycle, 7-11, we will be sending our rocket out. And I think another thing that I want to do is start adding a secondary platform, because we're going to have, you know, petroleum. We'll probably need another rocket platform. But we need 800 kilograms. Okie dokie. Alright, so we need to do some more metal refinement. Got it. Okay, cobalt is on here for a little bit longer, so we'll do copper and cobalt. Let's see. Yeah, things are getting a little warm, but not radiating heat. Yeah, this is a part of the quality of life update that they provided along with the DLC. So I think you will still see this even if you do not have the DLC. Pretty sure. It looks really nice. I like it. I like being able to see what's actually generating heat. Everything else looks pretty good. I just wanted to check out the base another time, make sure everything is looking alright, which I think it is. These are staying nice and cold. How are we doing over here? We have 15,000 calories, which is good. Did we not have acapulé, frost bun? Yeah, there we go. Alright, it's the new day. Let's go over here. Let's change it for the crew. We did grab the polluted dirt, which was what I wanted. We'll just wait a second here. Make sure that our rocket pilot gets in here. And then we will launch our rocket. Oh, what did I do in here? Alright, we need to choose where we're going, which is just right outside. And then let's go to the top and launch that rocket. Boom. Rocket launched. Wonderful. And away we go. Food. Okay. So let's take out the surf and turf. We'll change this from to none. Let's actually turn the priority of that to 9. There you go. Alright, so now they're going to take... They will take it and... They should use rehydrator to make food. Whoa, that's a lot of dried surf and turf. Alright, let's go back here. Did we finish? Okay, they're working on it right now. Let's get this to a 9. Throw that here. 4, 5, 6 tiles to go. And then we can start sending our liquid. These grubs are great. Love it. So much. Igneous rock. Okay. Alright. Oh no, I think the molten slickster we had, I don't think... No, it was just underneath. They have a temperature range of like 50 degrees. I forgot about that. So the molten slickster just kind of took too much damage from that, from not being in the correct temperature. Well, we know for next time. This is probably going to bother me, so let's fix that. I'd rather have a whole row up like that instead of what we have now. Alright, let's see. We're good there. Let's check the rocket. I want to make sure that it's used. So, restores moisture to convertible self-stable package meals. Okay. I love this. Rehydrated food is nutritious and only slightly less delicious. That is great. So let's see, what is the schedule at right now? Okay, we're still at the working schedule. Again, and we're keeping it at the slow speed for this majority of this episode. I want to make sure that we aren't missing anything and that everything looks right before we start the crude oil. And it's very important that we are capable of doing that. Like capable of not missing anything, capable of making quick adjustments. When you go on that super fast speed, it's very hard to be proactive, right? Let's go back up here. How much of this have they done? Okay, done a couple. They've done a couple, that's good. What did we make this rocket platform out of? Okay, just copper, so that was fine. Perfect. Make another one of those. Don't think we need this anymore, so we can deconstruct that. Let's enable the auto harvest on all this stuff. They're definitely getting taken care of by the grubs. They are looking for food because they eat, what, sulfur and sucrose. There we go. Starting to look better. One insulated tile at a time. Did we get the automation wire, maybe? We did. Okay, so we want above. We don't want this running yet. We want this to make sure that it stays in the liquid entirely. So it transfers the heat and does not get too hot. Okay, that was done. We're waiting on a cobalt ore. Right, so we look at the material. Super blue for cobalt, which makes sense. There we go. There we go. So if we look at this radiant pipe, thermal conductivity with cobalt is 200 versus steel, which is 108. So that's why, but look at the melting point. The melting point is way lower. We won't get anywhere near this, probably, right? Because it's only going to be about 500 degrees, but, you know, in case something goes wrong, or something is missed, or I make a mistake, right? That's kind of why I'm more of a proactive approach to things. And worst case scenario, I do like to make sure that things are taken care of properly, right? So we're going to build that and that so they can reach this one without standing here and building it. Because if they stand here, they're going to get stuck, and we don't want that. Last one, and all of that is done. Super exciting. Okay, how are we doing up here? Oh, we need to get out of unequipped suit. Did we not eat? I can't tell if they ate. Let's see, did we... What can only be described as a serious infectious giggle. Oh my gosh. That's great. Okay, alright. Don't see what they have eaten. Alright, so hopefully... Okay, they have water, they have dried food. Yeah, hopefully they just take that and make it in there. I've never had issues so far with the dehydrator, so hopefully I don't have issues with the rehydrator either. Alright. What's a 9? How many of these databanks do we have? We have 26, 27. It's a good amount for one day. Overpressured area. How are we doing over here? Only 4,000 calories left. Oh no. We're gonna need to make some more of those, huh? Yeah? Did we get the Paku fillets? Okay, we're not able to get over there. Yeah, okay. Once they open this up, they should be able to reach this spot. They're looking for food. Well, we have a carbon dioxide vent. How hot is that? 500 degrees Celsius. Okay. How about we do this? How about we go... Because that is going to ruin this cold biome. Right? Let's find out what's in here first before we make any decisions. That at a 5. And then see if they can... I mean, that's all they're doing, so... Okay, how's this going? Bringing the cobalt. Perfect. Perfect. Way better. All right, now that that's done, let's deconstruct this first and then build the other one so we can have a different duplicate remove the other stuff while we are building the last 3 tiles. All right. What else are we doing here? We are not doing too many things. Okay, they've been getting through that a little bit. How's our water? We need to always make sure we have water. Huh. Now, why would we not be sending water that way? Ah, it's waiting sand. Okay. So what we should do here is change one of these to a filtration medium. And then have another one and change it to something else. Change it to the metal ore right next to it. Yeah. That's going to help our situation here. All right, how are we doing? 41. That's a good amount. Can't complain about it. Lots of food, mush bar. That's going to get turned into... yeah. Mush fry. We have pips, we have poke shells, which is scary because poke shells are dangerous. Let's see about moving them somewhere else. Oh wait, we also want mealwood. Plant, copy, all the way over. Let's go back here, turn mealwood off on the input. There we go. How did we do over here? Okay, good. They even removed it. Okay. That's a 9. Good. Oh my gosh, there's a little bit of raw igneous rock here. No! That could be bad, actually. Because this is going to be in the thousands. So for that to be liquid, it needs to stay above 1409 degrees. So as long as this does not get over 1409 degrees, we will not have magma here. But that's frustrating. Super frustrating. This is what we get for trying to make it look nice. Dang it. Alright. Well, do we leave this here or do we grab it? I think the best thing to do would be grab it. But how do we get to it? The fastest way would be over here. But we would need a vacuum. You know what? We're gonna do it like this. Ready? This is gonna be perfect. We'll do one at a time. So frustrating. We'll just use the liquid lock that we already have in place. We will get rid of the oxygen and the polluted oxygen and the carbon dioxide that's right here. We'll create a nice little way for them to get down. They will open this up, grab it in the vacuum, and come back. No, 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 no. Ay, ay, ay. We need to build all that so we get rid of... We want to get rid of all of the extra air. And so it just deletes it. When it has nowhere to go, it gets deleted. So, we did this wrong. Whoops. Get it together, Dom. What are you doing? Okay. Rehydrated. Good. Perfect. So hopefully we can keep that morale up for a long time. And there's so much dried surf and turf right here. Okay, that was made. 2 more and then they can deconstruct it and then make their way out. Let's turn that to a 9. Make sure that's a 9. It is. Good. Idleness. You have stuff to do. Why are you idle? No, don't get the... Yeah, actually, I don't really think it matters too much. Give us some extra algae, even though we don't really need it right now. We're not using it. Let's go back up here for a minute and check that water. Like, why was this not... You have polluted water. Oh, it was the filtration medium. Let's turn this into a 9. Yeah. Nothing to do. Yeah, okay. That was done. 1 more, and then... So we ended up using this, even though we were planning on not using that at all. Alright, now what we do is we get rid of this, and we get rid of this, and this, and this. We just open that up, and then that'll be a vacuum. Yep. There we go. Now that we have that settled, let's continue. Allow them to fix that error that we have come across over here. And then we're going to change all that to 9. We want it to be done rather quickly. We want to double up on the layer here. If we look at the temperature right now, right, the insulated tile right next to them still takes on some of the heat. It's the same as the metal tiles, right? So we do get dispersion of the heat into the insulated tile. So I like to do a double layer in this kind of situation. So that should be just enough to keep it from kind of going even further, similar to what we have with the abyssalite, right? You've got 2 here. You know, you could even get away with doing 3 or 4, right? Just to make it even more a better option to keep it nice and temperate the way that you want it. So let's just leave them alone for a moment. Let's take a look at our rocket. How are we doing over here? Okay, we've got 62 databank entries, which is a really good amount. How's our morale? Our morale is at 30. How are we close to that summary? What are we at on this? There's an achievement. Where is it? Moral high ground. Have the duplicants in one rocket survive in space for 10 cycles in a row. We're at 2 out of 10. So hopefully we can maintain that and get that achievement. But the main thing here is we have a bedroom, a luxury barracks, a washroom, and a mess hall. So that gives us a good amount of morale. My gosh, what are you saying, Dom? So now that all that is in here, all we need is to add a little bit of decoration. We need a little bit of really good food, which we have surf and turf, and we dehydrated it. That way it doesn't expire like it was doing previously. Let's go back to see what everybody's doing over here. It looks like they're just taking a few minutes to go up and down into this vacuum that we have set. What we're going to do is we are going to put slicksters down here. It's really unfortunate about the molten slickster, but having that the regular ones should be just fine. It's 40 degrees Celsius-ish in this region, so that should be very temperate for regular slicksters. I think, do we have them in? No, we do not have them in here. Why don't we do that to help remove some of that? Oh, free barbecue. Can't forget that. Okay, and we did notice that, you know, the airflow tiles, while made out of metal, they block radiation bolts. So do not, I repeat, do not allow, or do not build tiles here out of metal or anything else. It will just block the radiation if you don't have them right next to the materials study terminal. All right, how are we doing down here? Looks like it's going rather slowly. Rocket's good. Let's check on the other duplicants. Okay, we need to... I saw something over here where something got damaged a little while ago, and this is made out of cobalt, so it's not good because everything over here is over 80 degrees Celsius, right? That's really warm, like really warm, and this is a lot of crude. So what I think I would like to do is create a better place for a reservoir, maybe like down here or like down here. Let's see, how warm is it? It's pretty toasty, but not as toasty as it is up there. So it might be a good idea to move it even lower than that. Yep. And then another thing to do is we have a carbon dioxide pit right here. It's a chlorine gas vent. What would we do with a chlorine gas vent? That doesn't sound like it would be something we would utilize very much of. Okay. And this is hot, so all of that would get way too warm. Let's go go back here. How are we doing? All right, they're taking their sweet time. It's okay. I don't think they can reach that, so we're gonna fix that by changing this to a 9. All right. Oh, we need to make sure that our plants are doing well. Okay, sweet wheat plants, they're all growing. Nice and wonderful like. I want to put the pinch of pepper plants here. Go. Right? Let's open this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we'll have a door. We can probably just do a regular manual door, that's fine. I just want to preserve the atmosphere inside of that. Pinch of pepper plants, from what I've seen, they don't have like an atmosphere component. It's just, they just need a pressure. So, in carbon dioxide and any other thing, seems like it'd be fine. Here we go. Maybe we will do a 3rd layer. I don't know. And then we'll move that here. All right. We have a bit going on, so now let's move up on the speed so we can get this done. I want to complete this section and never worry about it ever again. So let's do that. Let's go around and make sure. All right, so we want to move this one right up here. Let's go. Oh, we got a printable. Pause, printable. Choose blueprint. Oh, gold. We'll do gold over here. I'd rather have more gold over here. Let's see. There we go. So that's 2 times in a row we've got gold amalgam. That's pretty nice. I really am happy about that. All right, let's keep going. Let's go over here. Everything looks in order. Oh, we have one more square that we need to get rid of for the atmosphere. So they can go in and out of here if they need to. Turn that to a 9 on the priority list. Move that here. Move that here. Change the priority to a 9. Get that done, and then we can close this off. Alright, so those are done now. We have nothing here, so it won't move to the right or to the left. Wonderful. Put those here. So I've been noticing if you try to do a lot of different actions right when the save happens, sometimes the game crashes. And I'm not running any mods or anything like that, so I don't know if that's something anybody else has experienced at all. So I just wanted to call it out. Be careful when the game is saving to not try to click on a bunch of different things, because I've experienced a few different crashes because of that. And I don't think it's something that can be fixed. I think it's just, you know, the game is saving and it's overwriting the old file, getting like, because it only saves 10, right? 10 different cycles in a row. So just be careful when it goes to save on the next cycle. Just don't click on a bunch of stuff. I've had a couple of crashes from that and had to start some stuff over again here and there. It's happened a couple of times. So, anyways, enough of that. Okay, so that's what I was seeing before. Okay, so we want that. And then we just go straight up. We're gonna send all of the gas that's in here onto the other side. Honestly, I think we should go like that. We'll leave that one alone so it doesn't mess with the liquids. But I think this would be a better option. Okay. Alright, I think we are good. So let's try it out. Alright, the temperature back there is not over 400. I want to fill this up a little bit before we change any of the thermosensor. So let's look at the pipe. Let's go down and then down again. Make sure we cancel any of the changes to the pipe. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna fill this up a little bit, cool off the temperature, so that way it doesn't immediately turn any of the gases into sour gas. I don't want any sour gas. And actually, I want to do this. I want an extra layer. I'm just going to be super extra careful. Once it starts getting here, we're going to slow it down. Okay. Let's slow down, make sure we're doing this right. Before we do that, let's check everything else. How are we doing in here? Let's see, what's the morale at? It's 26. That's okay. Doing fine. Food, they have food. They have frost buns. We're cooking up more food while we're sitting here. Okay, did we get enable harvest on those? We did. Okay, good. We could probably go down more and give access to these ones. They need a better atmosphere, but in carbon dioxide. So there we go. All right. Let's go back and let's see how this works. We're moving nice and slow again. So if we look, it's only 10 kilograms right now per droplet, right? So that's not a lot. It's going to take some time to fill it up. But if we look at the temperature, it's going down and down and down again, right? And that's okay. We don't mind it going down right now while this is filling up. Once we switch the thermosensor to what it needs to be, this is going to heat up really fast. So if we look at the temperature now, it is going to heat up very, very quickly. Yeah. So once this gets a little bit lower in temperature, we'll just let it sit there and fill up a square probably. And the good part about this is anytime you have petroleum, it's a lot lighter than crude oil, right? So it will go to the top. So no matter what, the crude oil goes down because it's heavier than the petroleum. So see how that goes in a moment. I want to make sure that we have enough liquid in here that we do not get sour gas. We don't want that at all. Just having a gas inside this area can make things very difficult. That's why we went all the trouble of vacuuming it out a couple of times. All right, we're almost at 600 kilograms. We want to get to 1,000. We could probably move up a little bit on the speed. Slow it down and make sure that this is getting taken care of. No, it's not. I need to change that to a 9. All that to a 9. And then we'll go back to what we're doing. Okay, let's look. All right, so we're on the second square. There's about 1,000 kilograms here total between the two squares, right? We've got 872 in the bottom and then a bunch on the top. Once we get to the third or fourth square, that's when I'm going to turn this thermosensor to the right temperature. Okay, we can go a little bit faster. There we go. So having liquid in this is very helpful in not overheating things too fast. So we're on the third bubble now, or third square. So we're focusing in on this because I want to make sure we're doing it right. Okay. Once we have this fourth one coming in, that's when we can start thinking about changing this to make sure that it is set to the right temperature. Unpermitted food. Alright, well, what do we have in light wounds? From what? That's really weird. Okay. What do we have in here? We have no barbecue, no fried mushroom, spindly grapefruit. Do we not have that as an option? We do not. Okay, let's fix that. And now everybody should be happy again. Wait. Let's go back down here. There we go. Alright, we're almost at the fourth one. Right, if we... Alright. So now we've hit the fourth one. Let's pause it right there. We're gonna hit the slow down button. We're gonna click on this. And it needs to be below. No, it needs to be above. Send a green signal when it's above. We're gonna just slow it at 300 degrees. So this is gonna get warm super fast, like I said. So let's slow it down. It's gonna close them. And then, honestly, I'm just gonna open it up again just to see how fast everything warmed up. Okay. 178. Okay. Let's turn it back on. Or turn it off. Right. See, look at how fast that temperature rises. You need to be very careful. We're taking our time. We're making sure that this is not heating it up too fast. Okay, let's look at the let's cut the pipe just for a minute and let this warm up a little bit more. Because the current ambient temperature is only 180, 191. This should keep going up. We're just keeping it at the same consistency that we want it at. When we look over here, 950, 863. We're just taking our time. It is going up. Right? So the reason we have this setup, right? This is going to directly pull heat from this corner, right? These are a buffer, kind of like we use when we have reservoirs in other systems. This creates a buffer for the temperature to bounce back and forth between both locations, right? So that's what I wanted to try, like how I wanted it to work. We're almost at 300 degrees. Okay. We will probably need to change this to 400, right? Because that's what we want the temperature to be at. It is going up pretty nice and quickly. I think we might be able to speed this up. I mean, we stopped the extra amount of crude oil. It's only dropping a little bit at a time. All right, so we're not going to get all the way up here. It's not going to get in our channels. Yep. Who is starving? Why are you starving? Then go eat. My goodness. No self-preservation. Okay, temperature's going up. Temperature's going up really fast. It escalated quickly and boom, petroleum. There we go. A little bit of petroleum started to make its way up. I think we will keep waiting until more is made. Right? 400 degrees. Ambient temperature is only 380. So we'll wait for it a little bit longer. It's a delicate balance. See how all the petroleum went up? Okay. Now, drop more. There we go. There we go. Now the temperature went down and it's going to go open again because it got over 400. We do not want to get anywhere near the 538.9 degrees Celsius mark because we do not want this to boil into sour gas, especially while it's in here. So now what's going to happen is this is going to become more and more efficient because it's going to preheat the crude oil and it's not going to require as much heat from this system to turn into petroleum. All right. So far so good. When it gets over here, I want to stop it. We are coming out of the boiler section at 346.4 degrees Celsius. We're coming out down here at 62.3. This is probably not going to be accurate because this is going to continue to go up in temperature as we continue to go through this, because this was the first part of the channel going through, like the petroleum going through, so it's going to only get more and more after this. Like it's going to get hotter and hotter. You can see it was at 60 before, now it's at 64, right? If you look at the temperature, this is heating up, and it's heating up in all the sections, and it's radiating all of that. Okay. All of the heat that we have transferring between the metal tiles was completely necessary. Thank you for that suggestion. I really appreciate it. That has probably made this system work to the best it possibly can. So now this is going to continually open and close until the ambient temperature is 400 degrees and just keep boiling this crude oil. Let's look at our crude oil right now. If we go look at the pump, so it's coming directly from the other asteroid. Let's look at our other asteroid. We have plenty, right? There's 2 different reservoirs right here filled with crude, and right now this is getting pumped directly into it, and it's sending it as fast as we are turning it into petroleum. Okay, we have done it, everyone. We have made a successful petroleum boiler. Please excuse the noise. I got so excited. I have been working on this for some time in the past couple of episodes, so I'm very happy that we were successful in creating our very own petroleum boiler. So there we are. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know. Again, the inspiration from the different content creators is going to be in the description below. Anyways, we're going to save right there, everyone. Please let me know if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments of any kind. I do read all of them. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.